Hey guys, Metal Viking 82 here, back with a new Viking Orations. Got another review for you today, and this time I'm going to be talking to you about the debut full-length album from the band Charonyx, entitled The Ultimate Judas. Now, if you're not familiar with this band, they are a heavy slash thrash metal band from Indianapolis, Indiana. Been around since 2015, featuring Michael Gladson on the drums, Adam Schafer on bass. He is also in the band Inferno's Son. You have Logan King on guitars, and finally Max Barber handling the guitars and vocals. He is also in Inferno's Son, as well as doom metal stalwarts Lavaborn. Now, it must be noted, though, that while Adam is the current bassist of this band on this particular album, the bass was actually handled by Tim Crouch, who is no longer with the band. As I said, this is their debut full-length album. It is 5 tracks, just a little under 35 and a half minutes in length. They do have a EP from 2015 as well, entitled Hearts of Steel. And, you know, being a fan of Max's other bands, I did what I usually do with a band that I discover and I get into, is I look at the members and I look at their other projects and check them out for myself. And this is one of the ones that I discovered, and I gotta say I was very pleasantly surprised by this band and album. The guitar work is just excellent, with a tone that can simply be described as just, metal. It's the type of guitar tone that, when you think of heavy metal, this is what you think of the guitar sounding like. You get mid to fast-paced riffing, kind of thrashy at times, obviously, with some pinch harmonics and some very tasty guitar solos. I love the bass tone, as it's thick and heavy with just a little bit of a twang to it. It's right up in the mix, very easily heard throughout the album, laying down that solid backbone to all these songs. I thought that Michael turned in a solid drum performance with some nice patterns, rolls, and fills, a good snap to the snare, and I absolutely loved the kick drum sound on here. Nice and, powerful sounding. And then, this is the first time I've actually heard Max do anything other than play the drums. And I gotta say, he turned in a very nice and varied vocal performance on this album, mixing the clean vocals with a more like gruff style vocal, leaning towards growls at times as well. His delivery, to me, when he was doing his cleans, kind of reminded me of Harry the Tyrant Conklin from Jack Panzer. And then when he kind of went towards the more, gruff, or not quite the growls, just more gruff style vocals, he sounded like Bill Janish of Ravenstorm. That's the person that I was immediately reminded of upon hearing Max's gruffer vocals. But yeah, really solid performance, I thought. Then when you get to track number 2, Trapped Inside the Lie, you get some gang shouts making their first appearance during the chorus, as well as some more high-pitched screams, which are really cool to hear, because he can hit some pretty good high notes. Some of the other things that I picked out while listening to this, you get track number 4, Upon the Hours. This is just an awesome, head-bangable instrumental, and honestly, the longest track on the album is like 8.5+ minutes in length. At the 127 mark, the riffing is really heavy, almost death metal-ish, yet very groovy at the same time. And the passage at 159 actually reminded me of one of my favorite songs by Death, and that is The Empty Words. To me, that just sounded like it could have been on that song. At the 456 mark, you get a slow-picked passage. It's just the guitars and the bass here. And then at the 508 mark, it turns into a more acoustic style song with a nice slow drum beat before it returns to business as usual at the 620 mark on through the rest of the song. Track number 5, the title track, The Ultimate Judas. It starts with, slow-picked riffing and a slow drum beat, that nice thick bass. It has a very Opeth-ish feel to it, honestly. Then at the 204 mark, there's this heavy riff comes in. It's like, dun, 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 and it kind of has like a echo effect on it, and it repeats that a couple of times before this heavy passage kicks in with this nice harsh yell, and eventually it switches over to like a more melodic tempo for the rest of the song. Overall, I think this is a solid debut offering from these guys. It's well written and executed, and all the songs are long. We're talking, I think each song is like 5 to 8 minutes in length, yet they're done in such a way that you don't really notice how long the songs are, because you're just caught up in the song, headbanging and singing along and just enjoying what you're hearing. Now, the band is working on a physical release for this album. Last I heard, they were still, trying to get that taken care of and make sure they put out a really good product. And honestly, after listening to this as many times as I have, I give this a solid 9 out of 10. They are also working on a follow-up to this. I believe it's going to be another full-length album. I don't believe it's going to be an EP. I could be wrong. But yeah, really looking forward to checking out new material from this band. I will be leaving a link down below so you can check out their Bandcamp, listen to this for yourself, pick up a digital copy until the physicals get here, like I basically did. And show this band some support. They definitely deserve it. 9 out of 10 from me. Go check out Charonyx. Thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing. And until next time, stay brutal.